Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Football View. If you're new here, you know what to do, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm your host, Clinton Elito, and today we're talking about Kotoko Olympics game. And I'm going to be giving you 5 things I noticed in that game because it was a terrible result for Kotoko, and all Kotoko fans will agree that Kotoko should have done better, especially in the first half, where they scored 2 cheap goals and where situations where Kotoko would have done better, but they failed to defend very well and they end up conceding 2 goals in the first half. Second half, they tried well, but they couldn't score, or they even struggled to have shots on target in this particular game. So today I'll be giving you 5 things I noticed or learned in that particular game. The first thing I noticed is that Kotoko are still struggling to get Stevie Mukwala into the game. As you can see, I can tell you that Stevie Mukwala had only two or three shots in this particular game, and none of them were on target. None of his shots were on target in this game. So they are struggling to get him in the game. If you see Bella last season, when he finds out that he's been isolated up front, he comes back to get the ball, then run. You saw the same thing with Erling Haaland. Like before, they call him tapping. He has to stay in the box. He has to stay in the box. Now, you see he can come out, building with a number 10 or a fast player, and score goals. And Stevie Mukwala has been told to stay in the box stationary, and he has been staying there without coming back to help in the attack. He's there waiting for the ball or waiting for the long balls to Mukwala. If he doesn't get it, he will remain there. So they are still struggling to get Stevie Mukwala into the game. Any game Stevie Mukwala struggles to score a goal, Kotoko will struggle to score a goal. The second thing I noticed in that game is that Kotoko are still making the same mistakes. We have seen about 4 or 5 goals in their last two or three games. They have all been coming from crosses into the box, and the defenders can't help in those situations. They can't handle it. They will just stay there, watch the opposition will just head the ball into the net and just leave the goalkeeper exposed. They have done it several times against Berekum Chelsea. About 2 or 3 goals against Berekum Chelsea was crosses into the box, which the defenders can't deal with. First of all, stop the player from getting the crosses into the box, and if he successfully get the ball into the box, the center back should be able to head it out or make sure that no one gets a header on the crosses. But it has happened 3-4 times now. Kotoko have not improved in that aspect. So that is one of the mistakes Kotoko are continue repeating. If they don't handle that aspect, if they don't deal with it, it's going to cost them more and more as the season continues. Then number 3, Augustin Boateng needs to be dropped. Yes, Augustin Boateng needs to be dropped. Emmanuel Jimfi go from the right hand side in Baba Yara Stadium. We saw that he should have done better. I don't know why he lets these players cross the ball. Once his sides get overloaded, Kotoko will concede. A cross will come from there and Kotoko will concede. Augustin Boateng needs to be dropped. Sharif Mohammed is there. He has played right back under Prosperity. He played very well. He doesn't have the pace, but he played very well in that place, and it will be difficult for you to dribble Sharif Mohammed or cross the ball into the box when Sharif Mohammed is at the right back position. So I think Augustin Boateng needs to be dropped. He needs a rest because he has been woeful in the past 3 games for Asante Kotoko. He needs to be dropped. Then the fourth thing I learned there is Abdul Ghazel cannot coach Kotoko long term. So if there's any dream he has that one day he might be the head coach of Asante Kotoko, he has failed woefully. He can't coach Kotoko. Abdul Ghazel cannot coach Kotoko. So he should focus on the youth team. Because this audition for a possible maybe first team position in the future, he has failed it. He can't coach Kotoko. So that is the fourth thing I learned from what I've seen so far in the last 3-4 games. Abdul Ghazel cannot coach Asante Kotoko. Then the last thing I noticed from the performance against Great Olympics is that Kotoko cannot retain the Ghana Premier League title. From that performance I saw there against Great Olympics, Kotoko cannot retain the Ghana Premier League title. They should try their best and get all the points they want to get. But I think from what I saw today, Kotoko cannot retain the Ghana Premier League title. I think Iduna Stars might be the champions this season. So in my opinion, Kotoko cannot retain the Ghana Premier League title. Yes. So those are the 5 things I noticed in that particular game against Great Olympics. Let me go back again. Number 1, Kotoko are still struggling to get Mukwala in the game. Number 2, Kotoko are making the same mistakes, letting crosses into the box without engaging the defenders or the threats inside the box. Number 3, Augustin Boateng needs to be dropped. Number 4, Abdul Ghazel can't coach Kotoko long term. And then number 5, Kotoko can't retain the Ghana Premier League title based on the performance they put in Soga Cup against Great Olympics. Yes, those are the 5 things I noticed in this game. What are the things you noticed? I would like to know your thoughts. Put down in the comment section and tell me what you noticed in this game against Great Olympics. Kotoko will have to perform well in the next games before the morale drops. You know how it always collapses towards the end of the season. We'll lose, draw, lose. So Kotoko will have to, raise morale and try to finish the season strong. But retaining the title, I don't think they can do it. I would like to know your thoughts. Put down in the comment section and tell me what you think. So that is all today. Till next time, guys. Goodbye.